Hey, it's the right Rican, and I'm testing out a new setup I have here. Um, Doing some spring cleaning. I'm sure people could relate. The weather's starting to get warmer, and people are getting itchy about doing things around your house, going out, doing some walks and stuff like that. Um, and so I'm just testing this out, see how it goes. But what I wanted to talk about today is kind of to circle back on a topic that I spoke about probably maybe about last week or so when I spoke about the increase in Asian hate crimes, and I want to talk about. I was going to start here, but I think I'm going to talk about. I'll just start here with what happened. Um, there was a shooting in Atlanta. Some kid, call him a kid because he's 21, and I'm double his age. So, um, the Atlanta shooting suspect tells police attacks not racially motivated was purportedly driven by sex addiction. Now, that's neither here or there because whatever his motive wasn't, he's saying it's not racially related. So, I mean, I'm sure the police will do investigations, and we'll see what happens from that. Um, but who knows? Um, but like I said, I touched on the increase in Asian hate crimes at least last week, and you really didn't hear much from the media. Like I said, I spoke about the ridiculousness, but of course now, because most of the other hate crimes were black on Asian, Hispanic on Asian. Now, a white guy shoots up some massage parlors, and now all of a sudden, well, I'm not going to. Jeremy Lin wrote an article last week here on Bleacher Report, but here's LeBron James. Um, um, I don't know who this is. Falcons kicker. Trey Young sick about what happened. Stop Asian hate. Here's Dwayne Wade. Um, and what's funny is Donovan Mitchell. So these are all like, well, this is a sports website for anyone who doesn't use it. So here's all of a sudden now all that here's the NBA finally saying something, and that's that's my issue. We're talking about this has been increasing, and the reason why it's been quiet, there's two reasons why it's been quiet. One, like I said, is people of color, other people of color that have been attacking Asians, and excuse me. And the other issue is that Asians really dispel the myth of the woke leftists. They dispel that whole issue of that it's race that holds back blacks and Hispanics, and because Asian males, I believe, are the highest paid um, people, regardless of race. Is Asian, it's Asian males and then white males. So Asians dispel this myth of and that's why usually the woke left don't really consider Asian victims in their victim hierarchy. And that's the problem. So, now they're in a tough situation. But they were in a tough situation before this happened because this was mainly blacks and Hispanics attacking Asians. They couldn't say it was racist because the whole power dynamic nonsense, which is like a racial attack is a racial attack. Doesn't matter what societal power they have. Um, we're here in America, like in China, it's we got 1 billion Chinese. It's not a hate crime to attack another. If a white guy attacks an Asian guy in there, the Chinese guy in China, he's going to be in trouble. it's not going to be a hate crime. It's going to be you, you shouldn't be here crime. But so that's the whole thing. Um, I just I just find it hypocritical that all of a sudden now it's so now you want to hashtag stop Asian hate. Jeremy Lin did an article last week, and not a peep from like LeBron James. So to me, these people, it's just you know, all of a sudden now a white person attacks, and now it's like, oh, so like I said, they can't accuse me of that because, like I said, in my video a week ago, I, I was obviously speaking out about it before all of a sudden this happened, and now it's let's talk about it. We should have been talking about it when it was other people of color doing the damage, not when it was a white person. And it's sad. That's what's going on in this country. Um, so if we're going to see where the hate's coming from, there's enough hate on both sides. To stop making this whole thing about white people. There's hate in everybody's heart, whether black, white, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter. There's a bunch of people going around in this world with hate in their heart, and it's a sad thing. That's why that's the problem with. I shouldn't say that's the problem. That's the issue with um, a diverse society is you're going to have these conflicts, and people tend to feel more comfortable around their own people. I mean, that's why people think you have Chinatown because of racism. That this is you know the reason why you still have China. Maybe they started out that way, but now the reason you have Chinatowns is because people come from China, from other parts of the Asian countries, and they go to there and they settle in these areas because that's where they feel comfortable. That's why they have people who know what they've shared life experiences. Like when I lived in Texas, there was a huge Indian population in a town called Frisco, and they even built their own Hindu temples, and um, that's that it's not because the Indians are racist. It's just they feel comfortable in their own community. That's just it's human nature. So, you know, we have to realize that racism is a form of tribalism, and tribalism can happen regardless. I mean, you had the Hutus killing the Tutsis in Africa. They were both black. It was just that they were different tribes. They were different parts of the country. They didn't like each other, and that's what happens. So it doesn't have to be about race, but if this whole thing with these woke people, if you keep making it about race, you're going to actually um, grow white identitarians and white racists. Because if you're going to just make it about oh, we're attacking the white man, then they're going to team up to protect themselves. Some of them are going to be weak and give in because we see that too. But to me, that's why I fight back against it. I'm not white, so you can't, you could call me racism. Yeah, my lighting right now, my skin looks really pale, and actually, it's the middle of winter. I mean, it's toward the end of winter, so give me uh, once May and June come around, and I'm able to get some sun, people will see how much darker I get, and then they won't, but it shouldn't even matter. Like I said, between my ethnicity, my race, my skin tone, I don't care. You could accuse me of something. I know what's in my heart. And I got friends of across the spectrum, Hindu friends, Muslim friends, Jewish friends. Uh, I had my friend had a friend growing up named Raymond, uh, who shared the same birthday with me, and he was Chinese. Rest in peace. I had my friend Ryan that I used to go to his house play video games when I was a kid. Playing with Nachum and Ari, playing baseball in the park. You know, that's the one good thing about living in the city is experiencing that diversity. um I guess it's a product of my upbringing, so that's why I'm like, I don't you people could accuse you of whatever, as long as you know what's in your heart. F them. That's what I say. You can't worry about what people are going to say, what people call you. You got to fight for what's right. And what's going on with this whole identity politics and this wokeism is it's just bad. It's destroying this country, and that's why I do this, to fight back against it. We need um, other people of color need to wake up, and we need to wake up other people of color, because um, white people get bludgeoned to death with this stuff. And we need blacks and Hispanics to get out of this identitarian um, philosophy, because it's destroying the country. It's destroying the world, because I did a video about France worried about this, and I know it's already Great Britain's worrying about this too, but they just don't have the leadership to fight it. And then again, it's not like, we did have a leader that wanted to fight it, but the country wasn't ready for that. It is what it is. So, what do you guys think? What can we do to stop this hate? Period. I'm talking about what. Forget racism or what. How do we get people to stop hating each other on their race? And it doesn't matter if it's white on black, black on white, Asian on black, whatever. If you ever notice, some of the best looking people are mixed people. That's the way I think God intended it for it to be. So, like I said, let me know what you think. Please like and follow me on either YouTube or Rumble. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Parlor, Clout Hub. Probably forgetting something, but all those social media sites, I'm on there. Um, and let me know what you think. That being said, um, I have a good one. Uh, have a good evening.